it's Hailey Reese, and I am really extra excited for today's video because finally, after like 2 years of wanting to be here, I am at the Queen Mary. With my mom, Mama Reese, and Sarah, and we are about to embark on the night of our lives. We are staying in room B-340, which is rumored to be the most haunted place on the whole entire ship, and maybe even one of the most haunted places in the world. I bought this book in the downstairs gift shop. It's The Ghost of the Queen Mary, and I thought that I would get it so that I could read to you guys exactly what they say about this room. I know that they say that there's an entity in here who does not like women, that could be very aggressive, and doesn't like people in here, period. And what's really interesting about this room is that this room was so haunted that they actually closed the room altogether because nobody could stay through the night. It was absolutely terrifying, the encounters that they'd have. But they recently reopened the room up, and it comes equipped with some pretty spooky stuff. I'm actually gonna insert the room tour right here so you guys can see the room and see what the room comes equipped with. Okay, you guys, so when you come up the hallway here, up this little corridor, you're met with a room with no number above it. This is the most haunted room on the Queen Mary ship. When you walk in, you first go over this way. On this beam are stories of people's hauntings that they've had, experiences that they've had here in room B-340. Then moving over here is just the bed, some furniture, and over this way is like a closet, and over here is the bathroom. Got a shower over here, toilet, and then written on the wall is how to play Bloody Mary. We'll get into what I think about this after. And then over here is a picture of the first class swimming pool. And heading over here into the living room area, there's a crystal ball, this chest, and a crystal. And when you open this up, there is a Ouija board and tarot cards. I'll say more about my thoughts on this after too. We will not be using her. Over this way, there's just the couch, and over here there's a fridge. And then moving over here is just the closet. So that is room B-340 with all of its ghostly tales all over the walls. Crazy. So yeah, basically it says how to play Bloody Mary on the wall in the bathroom. It comes with a crystal ball, it comes with a Ouija board, it comes with tarot cards. I obviously am not going to be playing Bloody Mary, and I am definitely not going to be utilizing the Ouija board. I do think that putting a Ouija board in here, while it might be a nice spooky touch for the average person to come in and see, it really freaks me out to think of what kind of seances have taken place in here and what was maybe summoned that wasn't here to begin with. But like I said, I'm going to find the part in the book where it talks about this room, and then we are just going to get this video started. This room, all the way forward on the port side of B deck, has become one of the most famous places on board the Queen Mary. It has been featured in numerous books as perhaps the most haunted spot on the ship. It has been featured on many historical television programs dealing with hauntings, and was even turned into a controversial segment on the hit show Ghost Hunters. Its legend has taken on a life of its own, and anyone who knows about the Queen Mary knows about room B-340. The story goes that a family was brutally murdered in this room, and their restless spirits are so active that they make the room unusable as a hotel room. The family was killed late in the evening, and there are tales of ghostly moans coming out of thin air in the middle of the night, doors opening and closing of their own accord, water taps in the bathroom turning on and off at will. One of the most enduring tales is about the covers on the bed moving after the bed is made, and being pulled down to uncover weary guests while they sleep. This last tale was the catalyst for the controversy involving the crew members of Ghost Hunters and an employee of the ship, all of whom accused the other of fraud when the show caught what it thought was the covers moving. There was a slight problem with all of these ghost happenings and a horribly active hotel room, however. None of it ever happened. B-340 has never been a hotel room while the ship has been in the city of Long Beach, has never had anyone murdered inside of its doors, and has always been used as storage until Disney decided to create the Ghost Legends Tour. By the time the hotel opened in 1972, only 150 rooms had been completed, and it was later found that the demand was not as high as expected, so many of the rooms slated for conversion were left empty and used for storage. Room B-340 was one of those. Once Disney began operating the ship, it looked for ways to draw more visitors and decided that playing on a very real paranormal aspect of the ship was a good way to draw attention. Having heard of the story of the father who murdered his family back in 1959, Disney decided to create a room where the ghosts related to this tale would reappear. However, since the room where the actual murders take place, B-74, has been converted into an unusable guest room, it was decided to use room B-340 instead and create a whole new storyline to frighten its guests. Over the years, the tales of B-340 have taken a life of their own, and at will, people will even begin to imagine all sorts of things taking place. With each retelling, the tale has grown until the truth about the alleged haunted room has been lost in time. That is not to say that there is no activity in the room, as every room on the Queen Mary can and will have spirit activity. It is just that you will find no more and no less there in any other guest room. However, there is also a tale of a man who had murdered somebody and was placed into what the room was before and was kept there until the next morning when they would dock. In the night, they heard the man screaming that somebody was in there with him and that person was going to kill them. Thinking that he was absolutely crazy, nobody went in to check on him, and the next day, when they opened up the door, all of his limbs were ripped off. Now, it's said that maybe these stories aren't true. Even in this book that was written, it says that nobody really knows why the room is so haunted. But I will say that when we checked in, the employees were saying that people cannot stay the night in here. They will run out of their rooms and leave and flee and vow to never come back. So whether or not any of the rumors are true, there is something here in this room, and we are going to investigate it. I am so excited. So, we're gonna get settled, we're gonna kind of get ready, and then we are gonna ghost hunt. Welcome to 31 Days of Halloween, I love this. Okay, let's get this day started. You guys, something scratched Sarah and there's like blood all over the bed, and
I was literally getting into bed, like...
Oh my God, Sarah.
Nothing was here to cut me.
Oh my God, you're bleeding really, like, pretty bad for a scratch. Oh my God.
It's still daylight. How am I sleeping here?
Like, you guys, Sarah will not stop bleeding. We have to go downstairs and get her band-aids. Like, this is insanity. It's almost like it was a psychic wound because she didn't hit anything and she didn't feel it until she looked down, and now it's really hurting. So, okay, let's go get band-aids.
For it.
Sarah at the first aid clinic.
Give you a couple of band-aids.
Thank you.
You think you need a couple more, or you think that'll cover it?
Oh, it's burning so bad. Thank you very much for the band-aids.
You got it. You need anything else, you please come on back.
I will.
Already?
Yeah, and so now there's blood all over the bed.
It got her deep.
What happened again?
She was sitting on the bed and I was looking at her and she went to go under the sheets and then her leg just started bleeding.
Big gouge like this. It's okay, we've already seen security and got band-aids and
then
stuff.
we need extra...
It's just
blood on the
Comforter.
So you want new comforters?
just sheets.
Just sheets?
It's on.
No, it's on the comforter.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, just the sheets then.
Sorry.
No, I'll call right now. Sorry about that.
Well, I mean, we kind of signed up for it.
What?
You're B-340?
Yeah, and I just got like a huge deep scratch just laying on the bed.
Oh my God.
Show the picture of it.
And it's mainly females that come out with
Really?
scratches. Yeah. Sounds looks right.
Yeah.
That happens in that room?
Yeah. mainly happens up here, but I'm surprised it
Well, I
happened.
was laying on the bed and I've had like goosebumps since we got in there. And I was like, I'm gonna put my legs under the covers to get warm.
Right.
It's
And
deep.
She's
There's
like,
blood
"Sarah,
everywhere.
Don't, you're bleeding." And I was like, how am I bleeding from? I just lifted the sheets to go to get into it.
But you have scratches too, though. Like,
No, that's blood.
that's blood. Oh.
So people run out of that room?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Or maybe, no, that's like a bruise.
it is. That's what I'm saying. You have a
Oh
scratch.
yeah, that's another scratch right there.
Yeah.
It's like,
No, no, it's blood.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
It's weird that I don't feel them here because I always feel them here.
Hmm.
But I know they're here because they showed us they're here.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to know what kind of entity that would be, like,
That you can't feel,
that I can't feel.
but can so powerful it can scratch you.
Yeah. Like, it can't be, like, can it be human if I can't feel it?
And that would mean that we're messing with something that we don't want to mess with.
Right. I mean,
'Cause-
the Ouija board's in here. Who knows what the heck?
And like the guy at the front desk said
It
that people
happens a
run
lot.
out in the night, and he asked to see your scratch to compare it.
Yeah.
And he said that mostly happens to women. And that it's weird that it got you on the leg because it normally goes for the shoulder.
Maybe it's because you're so short. That could be it.
Oh my god. So, now what?
I don't know.
You think it doesn't like women?
Well,
Like-
obviously, he said it attacks mostly just women, right?
Mm-hmm. And like you were pushed. What was that?
You should get ready so you can start filming.
Mm-hmm. I'm rolling the camera right now.
On my leg?
On your leg. Just to see if while we talk about it, anything happens in here.
That light was just flickering.
It's not even on.
I know, it just flickered. The one on the left.
Okay, well, I guess I'll stop the camera now. We can just see what to do next, I guess. Weird. Very creepy noises.
I wish we had the fidget spinner thing here. Obviously,
Oh.
it can touch.
Mm-hmm. So true. I mean, the guy at the desk downstairs, like, at the security desk, was nervous about it being, like, a demon. And that is unsettling to me.
Yeah.
It was a totally different guy from the one that
Said,
looked at her leg.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I guess you do this long enough, you're bound to come across something like this, right? I mean, you're not feeling well today, so your aura is probably down.
Mm-hmm.
Because things like this never happen to us. Okay, I'm gonna stop the camera. You guys, I'm trying to get the camera to focus. Hold on. Come on, focus. Focus. Sarah has had goosebumps literally ever since we set foot in here. And she just made a comment saying that they went away since she got scratched. And now they're back. Like, her hair is standing up all over her arms. So it's been a little while. As you guys just saw in those previous clips, things got crazy here very quickly. We've had to take some time to kind of cool off and process what happened to Sarah. From the minute that Sarah came in here, things just have been strange for her. So why don't you go ahead and tell them everything that you've been experiencing thus far?
So when we were just walking up with our suitcases, I thought she pushed me because like I almost fell over and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, I looked back and I was like, I got pushed. Like, I didn't know what had pushed me. So then, and I was right away got goosebumps. And then we come in this room and then like my legs are covered in goosebumps. My arm, like I was completely covered.
You
and
were
I'm
freezing the whole time.
The whole time. So then you went to go get something and Hailey was sitting just in front of me and I got up, climbed on the bed, And Hailey's like, hey Sarah, you're bleeding. And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm freezing. I'm getting under the covers. And I went to go under the covers and I wiped my leg down the sheets, as you can see here. And I was covered in blood. So then we had to go down to security, get some Band-Aids. And the guy actually said he wanted to see my scratch just to see if it looked like other people's. And he said it did. He's like,
Other people that run out of
other
this room.
people that ran out of the room. So he told us we were brave for going back.
What's really scary about this, you guys, actually I'm gonna turn you to tell you this. What's really scary about this, you guys, is the fact that another employee here told us that a lot of the time it's 3 scratches, which is a sign of something perhaps demonic.
He actually wanted to see it, to see if there was 3.
Yeah. However, Sarah's, as you guys could see, was 1, but it almost looked like 3 like deeper gauges, like gaping gashes, I don't know. So that was very unsettling, and she hasn't been able to stop having goosebumps since. So we are very...
Well, actually, that's not true. The goosebumps went away until she mentioned the goosebumps again, and then it came back.
Yeah.
Crazy. So we are pretty nervous to stay the night here nonetheless. But I think I'm going to end today's video off here, and we're going to be ghost hunting all night. So in tomorrow's video, you guys will see the results. But that was the very first time that I have ever been out on a paranormal investigation and a entity has inflicted harm. That's why I tell you guys, it's nothing to mess around with. You could go into a million places and have nothing happen, and then that one time, just something happens. So, very spooky stuff. But on that note, today's letter of the day is F. And if you guys are new to my channel, make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button down below, and please give this video a big thumbs up. We put ourselves in danger. We go and investigate these things so you don't have to. And so I'd really love if you would join our family, give it a thumbs up, say that you like it. And that's basically it until tomorrow. Remember, my loves, do all things with kindness. And until tomorrow, we love you guys.